Yo, what's up guys, and welcome back to Road to Top 10 in ORAS OU. The suspect test ladder is now down, so the regular OU ladder is back, and I figured part 8, might as well come back with it. Now, okay, before you get all upset about what I'm using this episode, this has been requested, and I've actually never used this play style in Road to Top 10. I know some of you might find it boring or whatever, but I just wanted to see how I fared with stall. Now before you be like, oh my god, Joey, I'm gonna go watch Blunder, man. He never uses stall. Yeah, you're wrong. Blunder got Rex with full stall. He used stall for all his Rex to ban Hoopa. Or I don't know if Hoopa had been banned yet. They're just voting right now. But I think he wanted it banned. I don't really care personally. But yeah, we're gonna be using stall for this episode. Stall is a very viable playstyle. And by me using this team, one, it gives me ways of beating it because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to face this team sometime on the ladder. And two, I just want to try it out. I definitely just want to try it out. And look at Chansey. Isn't Chansey like the best, funnest, most cute Pokemon you've ever seen? No, I'm just kidding. But in any case, well, the background, by the way, is a hint for the next. Well, you guys should know what the next, besides the next playthrough on my channel is gonna be. But in any case, we got a game. Now my opponent's team is very strong, but nothing that can't be stalled out. Ah, that's so disgusting. I'm lead off with Sableye, even though he's more than likely going to lead off with his Altaria. But if he leads off with Talonflame, I could just Toxic it right off the bat. I remove Fake Out for Toxic because that helps it face Talonflame better, the team versus Talonflame, as well as Zardex, both of which can be problems. Otherwise, the way of beating them was just like switching back and forth between Chansey, Quagsire, and then Skarmory, and stalling out Acrobatics and Will-O-Wisp and things like that. So, again, if you aren't into this episode, you can just skip this episode, I guess. I won't be using stall for any more episodes, but I really wanted to try for this one. So he ends up leading off with his Ferrothorn. I'm just gonna Mega Evolve and honestly just go right for Will-O-Wisp. I see no reason not to. He decides to protect, so he just gives me the Mega. I don't mind. I can now go for Toxic because whatever's coming out isn't gonna appreciate it as it goes up to Talonflame, so that's great. Talonflame is pretty much countered, and what I can do right now is just go for Knockoff. If it's SD Acro, it doesn't matter. Goes back out on the Ferrothorn as we were able to knock that thing off. Maybe he was predicting Quagsire, I'm not sure. But we get rid of his Shed Shell, which is pretty cool. And I can just go for Will-O-Wisp right now, as he decides to stay in and go for Power Whip, as I miss a Will-O-Wisp, unfortunately. Doesn't really matter too much, though. I mean, it would have been nice to hit it, because pretty much what I'm trying to do is win this game with Weavile, or even Sableye. Like, if I Toxic Slowbro, that would be fine. Like, he can't break through this. I don't know why he hasn't gone Altaria yet. Yeah, finally. So he goes Altaria right now, and what I can do is go out into Amoonguss. It's pretty safe. I get off a Spore. If he goes back out into the Talonflame, is already Toxic, so I really don't mind. And I can take this guy on. If he's special, then Chansey Walls. If he's physical, Amoonguss Walls. I have Spore, Clear Smog, even Sludge Bomb to smack him right now. So he's going to Mega Evolve and go for the Hyper Voice. Alright, so that's cool. Then he is special indeed. I bet you I could take a Fire Blast too, but there's no point in doing that. I can just go out to Chansey right now and get up my rocks. Something that he can spin away, but I do have like a few checks to his. I actually like 3 checks to that. To Excadrill. I have Skarmory, Amoonguss can take it on, even Quagsire. So we're going to get up our rocks right here, as Excadrill is going to come out. It is on a balloon. Excadrill actually can't deal with me, per se. Like, I don't lose anything by going right for Seismic Toss right here, as he actually goes for the Rock Slide. I guess trying to predict my Skarmory right there. But I can go for Softball right here if he wants to go for Rapid Spin. Earthquake won't knock me out even with a crit. I guess he can go for another Rock Slide Flinch. But basically, Excadrill is now in range. How do you guys enjoy any of this? We got our first forfeit, bro. This is like my first time using this stall, okay? And we're in the 17. Well, I actually did ladder with it a little bit just to practice with it. That's how we got back up to 1700s. But we're in the 1700s now. Nice. To be fair, he could have played it differently and broken around. He wasn't being aggressive at all. I don't know why he brought back out Ferrothorn and went for Power Whip when it could have burnt it. Maybe he thought I didn't have Will-O-Wisp, but I already showed Will-O-Wisp. So on the Protect, so I'm not entirely sure. But we get our first forfeit of the day. Nice. Stall beating teams faster than offense. What the hell's going on? But there's definitely a lot of weaknesses to this team. For one thing, he has a Nidoking, but we're going to lead off with our Sableye one more time. Nidoking is checked by Chansey. Why does Chansey wall his entire team besides Scizor? And then I can burn and Toxic him, which is really nice too. Ooh, why you do this to me? We get the second one. It's okay, bro. If you have Super Power Nidoking, you 6-0 me. But you know what else 6-0s him? Weavile. I like CB Weavile on Saw Hatch. It's really fun. I don't like this stall team per se. ABR did make, so shout outs to him. I don't like it. I don't know. I don't like it too much. Like, I don't like not having Toxic on Quag. I don't like not having HP Fire and certain things. I hate not having a status move on Chansey. I feel like Chansey's best thing is having T-Wave or Toxic, but it's ABR's variation of this stall team, and it's definitely something that I'm going to play around with, and we'll see. But again, Sableye is just a great lead in general versus him as he leads off with Lottie. What I can do, I think, is just hard switching to Chansey. I don't really think there's any reason to take a Draco right now as he goes right for Calm Mind. Ooh, okay. Well, I'm going to actually make an aggressive play and go out into my Weavile right here, expecting him to Psyshock. If he Dracos, then he got me. Goes right for Psyshock, nice. And now what I'm going to do is just go for Pursuit, expecting him to want to switch out, and we got rid of the CM Lottie. Great. So CM Lottie is gone. Scizor is going to come out, and what I can do is just go right out to Skarmory. It's not his Defogger, but it could have been a potential Defogger. He has U-turn on Scizor, so it could be SD U-turn, which I don't mind too much. Goes out into his Tornadus. Expecting him to knock off right here, but I'm going to go with Sableye on the knock or Heat Wave, and I can recover after that. Goes right for Heat Wave. That looks Life Orb. Nope. Okay, so what I can do is just go right for Recovery while Mega Evolving, get a bit more bulk, and dodge a Hurricane at that. And what I can do is, I think Burn is more important than Toxic on him because Burn wears him down quicker than Toxic would. So we're going to go for Will-O-Wisp right here as he misses another Hurricane, unfortunately for my opponent, and we are able to land that attack. So I don't necessarily need Chansey to have its Eviolite, so I'm kind of thinking about playing a little bit more aggressive with it, but I think I'm just going to go for knockoff right here as he forfeits. So we got our second forfeit of the day. Double miss on Hurricane is really tough. Definitely tough. So I'm just going to pause until we get the next one, and we'll be right back. And we're back with another battle, and this guy is pretty weak to Sableye. Keldeo is an issue, I suppose, but we do have Amoonguss. Speaking of which, Amoonguss walls like a lot of his team. Breloom, Keldeo, Ferrothorn, etc. But I'm leading off with my Sableye as it leads off with Heatran, and I'm just going to Mega Evolve, and do I really care if he gets up rocks? Not per se, not really. I mean, this is good for Talonflame. I need this for Talonflame. I'm just going to Mega Evolve and knock off as he is going to go for Sub. I think knockoff might actually break that Sub, yeah, so that's cool. I don't know if he's sub Torment Tran or something like that. Probably going to go for Lava Plume. I don't really mind that too much, though, because I do have my Chansey in the back to take him on. I think his Stealth Rocker is his Ferrothorn, so I'm actually going to go out to Chansey right now. I don't think he'd be sub Stealth Rock. That'd be kind of weird. I guess he could be if he wanted to. He does burn me right there, but I'll get him my rocks anyway. If he wants to sub, he no longer has any leftovers. So goes Keldeo. Amoonguss can deal with any variant of Keldeo, even Calm Mind, Icy Wind, as obviously Natural Cure is going to help me right there. Goes for Secret Sword, and right now we just get to go for Spore. Yeah, honestly, doesn't have a switching. If he wants to go Ferrothorn or anything, he'd probably double if he goes Ferrothorn, but he decides to go for Icy Wind as we are able to hit him with the Spore. Let's see if he had a Lumberry. Like, why'd you do that? That's weird. But what I can do is just go right for Giga Drain as he decides to go out to Heatran. I don't mind that at all because, like I said, with no leftovers, he's not gaining any recovery. And what I can do is go right out into my Chansey right now. And even if he wants to double out into Breloom, I mean, I go right back out into Amoonguss. I have the Regenerator. And, yeah, what I can do is just go for Soft Blow. It's just my best play. I take him on no matter what. Honestly, I feel like he's going to go Ferrothorn here, and I kind of want to double, but I don't think there's a point right now. I can just go for the Seismic Tosses, and he's going to go down the rocks anyway. So, Softball, just the best play at this point. I'm not sure what type of Heatran he was. I don't think he was sub-Torment. I actually really like Torment Tran in DPP, so I've been thinking about bringing it back. I don't know, though. I'm not sure how it would work right now. I think it's a lot harder to work right now, especially because with DPP you had Sand support all the time, and Choice Lock Mons, and now maybe it'll work versus like Keldeo and stuff. But right now, I guess I expect him just to Lava Plume again or go out into Ferrothorn. At any given point, Talonflame is a threat. It's 100% a threat, depending on the set. But on his set, I don't think it'll be more defensive just because, I don't know, his team doesn't look like it'd be a defensive Talonflame. We'll see, though. We'll definitely see. Otherwise, Quagsire walls it. The fact that Skarmory is at sturdy means that it can deal with it. And if he decides to go Lottie right here, I'm hard switching directly into Weavile because his Weavile switchings no longer exist, so... Able to Lava Plume, able to get back up to a decent amount of HP. He does burn us though, so that's whatever. honestly, it's whatever. As he goes for Flash Cannon, I mean, I guess he was trying to go for the Spadef drop, but that doesn't really matter because what I can do is just knock him out with the Seismic Toss. And Talonflame wants to come out, that's completely fine. Goes Breloom though, so I do have a pretty solid switch in being my Amoonguss. And even if he's like a random SD, Landsat Berry, whatever, I could deal with it no matter what. So yeah, it goes for the Rock Tomb. That's not going to do too much at all. And I could just go. And he's going to forfeit too. So I think we get another forfeit victory. And what I am going to do again is just pause it until we find another one. And we will be right back. Alright, and we found another battle. And this is the guy that has like 6 SD mons, it looks like. It actually does look like it has that. So this guy is mono-walled by Quagsire. Like straight up, I cursed once and I win. Don't lead off with Sableye just because I can Toxic anything. Leads off with Charizard. Again. Just Mega Evolve and go for Toxic and then wall him with my, just wall him with my Quagsire. I'm pretty sure this is Zardex. This looks like the guy has that Landorus T team. Yes, this is Zardex. As I am able to land him with the Priority Toxic. Nice, as he is going to go for Flare Blitz. He is definitely adamant just looking at that damage. And what I can do is go right out into... I guess I can go out to Quag. Well, at the same time... Well, Skarmory does... Actually, Skarmory doesn't do too much for this game. Means it doesn't spam Outrage. Weavile just puts in so much work. So, kind of want to go out to Quag now and kind of risk it, I guess, on the Flare Blitz. As he does go for it. Don't burn me. Gets a crit. Doesn't burn me, though, as I should be able to recover off his damage. If he has Dragon Claw, he could have Outrage, I suppose. Outrage will actually do a lot. Outrage doesn't kill me, does it? My boy Quag is going to have to take all these hits. I haven't seen Outrage in years, but... Let's see. Why does Outrage have a... Wow, Outrage can actually kill. Let's see if he has Outrage. We risk it. Looks like he doesn't, so we're able to recover off with Quag, and like I said, mono-walled by Quagsire because of Unaware. I do have Curse at any given point, so I can take him on if I want to. Thankfully, even if he crits me at this point, I only do about 60%, and I can just recover off the damage he wants to do, and Poison will be taking him down. He decides to go for Roost, though. I don't mind that too much. I can go for Curse right here, I think. Kind of want to fire off a Scald first. I think I want to go for Curse, because if he decides to stay in, it's fine. If he goes up to Thunderous Therian form, I'm definitely going to switch out into my Chansey right now, because I don't want to risk him being Grass Knot. But like I said, mono-walled by Quagsire. As he goes right for Grass Knot right there. Life Orb, great. It actually puts him in range of Ice Shard. Like that little Life Orb hit right there, 100% puts him in range of Ice Shard. So we can get up rocks for Zard and things like that. As he goes out to Excadrill. If it's Scarf Drill, then it might be Rock Drill actually. But either way, I can't prevent rocks because of Mold Breaker going through. So I'll just Seismic Toss him. Yeah, I like that. I definitely like that. Yeah. Because I could take the Iron Head too. Flinches me, unfortunately. Right there. I'll just go for Soft Boiled. If he wants to Rapid Spin, that's completely fine. And I'm pretty sure he is in range of knockoff from Weavile. Custom set. Excadrill. Because what I'm thinking about doing is sacking my... Why doesn't this have knockoff? Huh? Oh, okay. Let's see. Yeah, duh, he's in range. I'm thinking of doing is sacking my Sableye. That way I keep up rocks and going right for knockoff and knocking out Excadrill. So we'll sack Sableye like I said. And at that range, knockoff does knock him out. And knockoff actually gets a kill. I mean, he doesn't appreciate switching into this monster at all. It's CB knockoff, as I was saying, so. And Amoonguss actually has some fun too because of Clear Smog. I can literally spam Clear Smog with Amoonguss. So we're able to get rid of Drill, which is nice because we keep up our rocks for the multi-scale Dragonite, for Charizard. Charizard goes down to knockoff. Weavile, which I don't appreciate too much. Like, he goes Charizard, but again, this is gonna... just because I'm on a stall team doesn't mean I'm min speed Weavile. So I'm able to knock out the Charizard right there, so that again helps Quagsire out a bit. And for Alligator's gonna come out. That's cool. I kind of want to save this because this can go for Ice Shard, and I think that is the better play. So I'm actually just gonna go out to Amoonguss and go for Clear Smog. That way I can curse up. We could go for Spore, but actually, why wouldn't we go for Spore? No, Clear Smog is just the best. No, Spore is the best play because I have Unaware Quagsire anyway, which can't be flinched because of his ability. So yeah. I meant Spore is the best play because I have Unaware Quagsire, which can't be flinched because of his ability. So I hope that would make sense right there. But what I can do is just go over Giga Drain. If he decides to go out into Dragonite at any given point, I do have the I do have the clear smog if he tries to set up, so I'll go for another Giga Drain as he actually stays asleep. So we're able to 1v1 the Feraligatr. Nice. So Zard, Feraligatr, all these threats gone. If he wants to go out to Dragonite and try and Dragonite's up again, I'm just going to go spam clear smog. Unless he has Roost, he doesn't beat me anyway. And then Curse Quagsire beats that. Goes out into his Weavile. Yeah, we can just sack. I think we just sack this. Chansey still walls, Thunderous to an extent. Yeah. So I think we just sack this. Yeah, we definitely sack this. So. Hit him with a clear smog just in case he wants to SD up. Nice. So make sure he can't SD up on us. I like it. I like it. No SDs for you, Fwen. No SDs for you. And yeah, this guy's just a setup spam guy. Nice. And we're able to hit him with another clear smog. Again, this is just the best play in general. We do not want this guy setting up on us. And Chansey can just come out after. Has he doesn't go for, I guess he doesn't have Icicle Crash. Maybe he has Jab or something like that. I'm not sure. But we're going to be able to knock him out with the next one. I mean, he should be able to knock us out. But I don't know why he went for that, because Sludge Bomb definitely knocks him out at that point. So we're able to knock out Weavile, as our Among Us is 1v1 in Pokemon, and it probably shouldn't be. The Gator definitely staying asleep was a little bit of luck. Goes out into his Trunks though, and what I can do is just spam Sludge Bomb. That way he can't get up a sub or anything like that. As he goes for HP Ice, and at this point, Bandit Weavile comes out, clicks Ice Shard. If he decides to switch out to Dragonite, knock that thing out. If he stays in, we knock this thing out. And then Extreme Speed from Dragonite's the only thing that could deal with me, so. Hitting up with the Ice Shard right here. Goodbye. And last mon is going to be his Dragonite, and if he tries to Dragonite's up, then we beat it with the CB Ice Shard. Otherwise, his play is going for Extreme Speed. So we stay in 100% no matter what he wants to do. His play is going for Extreme Speed right here, as he's able to knock us out. And trying to think what my play is. I want to go Chansey because I have Unaware Quagsire anyway. So I want to force him to go for the Seismitoss regardless. I mean the Outrage regardless. That way I can just counter him with my Skarmory. So I think this is fine unless he has Roost. But Roost doesn't typically run Extreme Speed anyway. And I don't want to go directly into my Skarmory right now. As he has Brick Break. Interesting. Dragon has Extreme Speed, Brick Break. And, yeah, this is completely fine. We 1v1 this anyway. So I could just go for Roost. Actually, counter is just the best play. Because regardless, my Quagsire 1v1s him, so it doesn't make a difference. I don't think there's a way I can lose this. Maybe I should have went Quagsire and just went for Scald and forced him to Outrage. Might have been the better play. I'm going to go for Roost as he actually goes right for Outrage. Okay, great. So we can just knock him out with the counter. I guess he was thinking we might have Iron Head or something, which is something that I also don't really like too much on this team. The fact that Skarmory doesn't have any attacks. I understand why, but we get another forfeit. And 1741, we are climbing. We are climbing. Let's look for another one. Oof. Definitely climbing the ladder. Not maybe not the way that I really wanted to, but again, I did want to try out stall, and the games are going faster. We actually have more games in these this stall live than I think I had in any of the ORAS OU lives. I think we had 4 or 5 games already, maybe 4. I guess when they forfeit turn 6, doesn't really count as a full game, but it's technically games. So again, we're climbing the ladder. How close are we to top 10? We are number 56 on the ladder. Nice. And top 10 would be PDC. Actually has number 10 and number 9. So that's cool. And he has 1837. So we're less than 100 away from him. This is going pretty well. So I think what I'm going to do is just pause it because it's taking a little while and we'll be right back. Alright, so we got another battle, and this is versus CBB's team with Garchomp over Gliscor. So I'm going to lead off with Sableye, just the best lead in general. It's Dragon Dance Altaria, I'm pretty sure. On this variant, Scarfarachi, SD, Garchomp, Scarf Zone, or no, actually Specs Zone, Life Orb Weavile, and then 3 attacks, Roost Lati. So automatically, Weavile just disintegrates him. Like actually at the start. What is it? The first Atom? Or Atom first the? Why do you switch it around like that? No idea. I have absolutely no idea. Oh, I'm actually going to be playing for DVP Cup really soon. I'm recording this, it's 1:40 p.m. on Tuesday. This will probably be up around 4:30 today. And also the Nuzlocke, I think should be up sometime soon. So That'll be cool. You guys should have already watched that. If you didn't, you know, you can go ahead and watch the X and Y Nuzlocke versus that I'm doing with Shofu. Part 10 was uploaded on my channel today at 2:30 p.m. But like I said, Sableye is just the best lead. Again, sometimes you miss Fake Out because, you know, you don't get that automatic. You don't get that that 100% Mega Evolution. But at the same time, you need Toxic. He ends up leading off a Magnezone, which I don't mind too much because what I can do is... Honestly, I think Mega and go right for Synthesis. No. I think Hard into Quagsire is the play. Yeah, Hard into Quagsire is definitely the play. As he goes for Flash Cannon. That doesn't matter too much. I don't want to take a Volt Switch. I can just recover up right now if I really want to. I don't know if he go out into his Garchomp or his Lottie right now. I think Lottie's completely fine, but he did choose to go for Specs Flash Cannon, so we can recover up on that if we want to. And I can just go out to Chansey. Chansey was also been the play, but I wanted to block a Volt Switch right now. That way he couldn't start getting up some momentum. And I really didn't want to take a Specs Flash Cannon with my Sableye. I know I could have taken it and probably gone for the Will-O-Wisp, but it's completely fine. I'm pretty sure this team doesn't have Defog on the Lottie either. Maybe CBD is running Draco Defog. I don't know. This obviously isn't CBB that I'm playing. Like I said, he had Gliscor over Garchomp because Gliscor was his Zardex and Talonflame check. Does go out to Lottie though, as expected. And what I can do is go right out to Chansey. I take 2 Psyshocks. He might double out into Weavile right now if he really wanted to. Weavile's actually a threat because I do have Shed Shell Skarmory, so I'm not too worried about his Magnezone. But the fact that Skarmory is also my main switch to Weavile makes it more of a threat as well. Regardless, though, definitely going Chansey right here. If he wants to double, he doubles. If he drops a Draco, he drops a Draco. I get up rocks, which is what I want. He does have Healing Wish on Jirachi, which is something I also want to keep in mind. But he might also double out into Magnezone, predicting my Skarmory to want to come out right here. Since that's a reasonable switch at this point. But in any case, the only job that Chansey really has in this is just to be annoying versus his team. It doesn't really do much else besides that. So we're bringing Chansey on the Psyshock. Yum. As what I can do is just go right for Soft Boiled and proceed to Stealth Rock up from there. Alternatively, I could just double out into my Sableye. I think actually doubling the Sableye is fine because he's more than likely going to go Garchomp at this point to try and get up rocks. And I really do want a Mega. Otherwise, he'll go for Psyshock and I can tank it. If he goes for Draco, I can recover. He does go Garchomp, which is nice. So we get in our Sableye right here. We get the nice Mega and we get off a Will-O-Wisp as well. So this is really cool. If this is Sash or Lum, again, that's fine. I take a +2 Outrage anyway. He does double out into Magnezone at this point, as we do land our Will-O-Wisp, so that's cool. That's definitely putting him in range of knockoff soon. Specs tends to run a bit of HP. I don't always run HP on my Specs Magnezone, but I know a lot of people tend to. So I'm actually just going to go for Recover right here as he doubles out into Latios. And again, Recover is just the best play, no matter what. I don't want to take a Draco. It's the only attack he can really hit me with. I don't want to hard switch into Chansey and have him Psyshock. It's things like that. So, I mean, either way, he does double out into his Altaria, which is completely fine. Again, if he's Dragon Dance, then we beat him with Amoonguss. And if he isn't Dragon, I can actually see him going out into Weavile, but I think he just wants the Mega as quickly as possible. So, he does go for Frustration with his Weavile. What? He does go for Frustration as, at this point, I actually want to double out into my Chansey. I know I'm playing a bit aggressive with my stall, but I really want to get up rocks as quickly as possible. And I know he's going Magnezone right here as he actually goes Lottie. I don't really agree too much with that play. But regardless, I can softball it up because I take a crit. The reason I don't agree with that is if I went for Spore, why would you want your Lottie to go to sleep? Like, why not go out to your burnt Magnezone and fire off a Flash Cannon, you know? But to each their own, as I can go right for Soft Boiled, and the Jirachi is going to come out. And what I can do, he's probably just going to go for U-turn. So what I can do is just get on my rocks. Finally, getting up those rocks. All these free switches, I'm tired of them. So we get up our rocks as his Magnezone comes out, probably scouting for the Thunder Wave right there. As what I can do is just go right for the Seismic Toss, and whatever's going to come in is going to take this damage. As he goes for Flash Cannon, so he even lets me weaken his Magnezone. Great, for no reason. I'll take it though. I'll definitely take that. I can get up Spike soon as well. If he goes Lottie, let me calc Weavile versus Latios if it stays in. I mean, I have no reason not to go for the Pursuit, but goes out into Jirachi, and what I can do is just go right out into my Skarmory. Magnezone does Skarmory actually walls the majority of his team, dude. Especially because his Magnezone is so low. Jirachi is a threat. I don't think this Jirachi runs Trick. If he does, though, that's fine. Actually, alternatively, the best play is actually going out to Sableye, because if he does Trick here, then he would trick my Skarmory. I'd rather go Sableye if he goes for Iron Head, because I can either switch out to Quag or Skarmory respectively and deal with that. So this is definitely the better play, I think, going out into Sableye right now. And if he wants to go for Healing Wish right off the bat, great. He just lost his Revenge Killer to my Weavile. Are you recording? Indeed. Indeed. So we go Sableye on the Iron Head. And what I can do is just go right out into my Skarmory. Again, this was just a better play overall, I believe, to do so versus him. I mean, now my Sableye is in risk of being 2-hit KO'd by Weavile, and I have to hope that a Will-O-Wisp lands. But again, Quagsire, once it curses up, it beats everything. Mono walled by Quagsire, I love it. Once I kill Latios, I start cursing up. Woof! I got that unaware too, so I ain't even worry. He already Mega Evolved with Altaria, so that's going to be taking damage. So my Skarmory is able to take that, and what I can do is start going for spikes at this point. Again, it's mono walled by Quag. Goes up to Chomp, and again, get on my spike and hard into Sableye. We don't let him get up any hazards versus us. No. So he tries to go for rocks right there, and what I can do is just go for recover. I guess he's Tank Chomp. If he is Tank Chomp, he'll go for Dragon Tail here anyway. Recover is just the best play overall. I take him on. If he goes for SD, that's fine. SD is usually Lum or Focus Sash. He does go for Dragon Tail, obviously, because we went faster. And we bring out Weavile. I mean, no. Would have been nice, right? But no, we bring out Sableye on the Earthquake. Gets a crit on us, so the next one might actually take us out. But I'm going to go for Recover anyway, as he does take us out with that. What I can do is just go right out into my Weavile. It's okay. I can just go right out to Weavile and just click Iso Crash at this point. I am banded and pretty much picks up a kill. If he goes Jirachi, then Jirachi would be severely weakened for the next time. Weavile is 2-hit KO'd. His Weavile is 2-hit KO'd. I didn't really need Sableye. It would have been nice to play without rocks, and he's probably going to get up rocks at some point if he doesn't choose to stay in. Hopefully I'm not like Blunder and I miss all my Icicle Crashes versus Garchomps, because Blunder always misses them. Holy crap, man. You know, if Blunder was here, he would go for knockoff. He would definitely go for knockoff, but I have no reason to at this point. I'm probably going to have to live with playing with rocks, but like I said, whenever Latios goes down, I win with Quag, so unfortunately, if he does have Trick on Jirachi, I lose a Trick fodder, or my main Trick, answer right there. But again, Magnezone will go down to Hazards plus Burn if I do miss this anyway, so it doesn't matter if Magnezone comes down, plus I'm faster. Latios will go down. If he goes Altaria, that'd be great too. If he randomly thinks I'm going to go for knockoff. But I'm really hoping he goes Skarm. What? I'm really hoping he goes Weavile. And the reason I said Skarm actually in that statement was because I'm thinking about how I'm answering his Weavile, and Skarm is definitely my number one answer. But yeah. So, goes up to Jirachi. Nice. He's definitely going to go for U-turn, which I don't mind, but look at that damage. Look at that damage. Look at the damage. Look at it. But what I can do is go out to Amoonguss. Now, the reason I'm going out to Amoonguss is because he's more than likely going to go for U-turn right here. If he goes for Iron Head again, I go right back out into Skarmory. But I'm going Amoonguss because if he goes Garchomp, I would love to put that thing to sleep. Love it. I would actually love it. So, he decides to go for Trick at this point. Ooh. So, he decides to go for Trick right now, taking that Black Sludge. And I think I just sweep him by going for Icicle Crash. So, we got to keep my Amoonguss alive. So, I'm going to go out to Jirachi as he goes for Heart Stamp. And I'm actually going to try and go back out to Amoonguss to see if he wants to try and trick me again. We'll see if we can get him with that. As he does. So we get our Black Sludge back. Really nice. And what we can do is honestly go out to Chansey. Chansey has no purpose right now as he goes right for U-turn. So that's perfect. That worked out way better for me. I have my Amoonguss back, and I still have my wall to his Altaria. So he goes up to Weavile. I can just size and toss this thing. If he SD's up, that's completely fine. That puts him in range of Ice Shard anyway, as he goes right for the Life Orb knockoff. Look at that damage, though. Yum. At this point, I think I can just go for size and toss. Again, I don't really need this Mon too much. Why would I not go out into Weavile and click Ice Shard at this point? How much does that do to Lottie? Ice Shard does 74 to 88. Oh my god, that's so much. Yeah, there's no reason not to click Ice Shard. Ice Shard knocks out Jirachi. It knocks out Magnezone. It will do a crap load to Altaria. Garchomp, Tank Chomp might actually live it. Garchomp. Oh, you Tank Chomp. Yeah, Tank Chomp can actually live it, which is pretty crazy how bulky that mon is, considering it's 4 times weak to ice, but it can still tank that hit no matter what. But at this point, Weavile is going to be cleaning up anyway. Again, Chansey, it was a matter of I didn't need that mon. It was expendable. And I'm glad I was able to trick back the... I'm also glad he had the Black Sludge because when that puts him in range. But I'm also glad I was able to trick back the item. And I still haven't put something to sleep. I'm so surprised he never went Magnezone. But he goes for his own Ice Shard. Completely fine. If this was PO, I would actually be able to switch up moves. Because I never went for a move. It would say like there was an old PO glitch where if you went for an attack and the attack didn't end up going through, you would be able to switch up moves, which is really fun to abuse on PO. But definitely not a game mechanic. Would be pretty broken, I think, if it is. Like you lock yourself in the U-turn, they have Death Fodder. What was the point of having Death Fodder if they're just gonna, you know, if you're just gonna be able to switch up moves anyway, so they can't scout for choice mons. But in any case, I'm expecting, I don't know, he can't go Jirachi. Jirachi will go down to Ice Shard 100%. Jirachi doesn't go down the spikes, no. 12 plus the resisted hit, so it definitely doesn't go down the spikes. It'll be super close. If I get one more spike, Jirachi does go down. Latios is more than likely gonna come out. Altaria decides to come out, okay. So what I can do is go right out into my Amoonguss and click Spore, as he doesn't double. So that's cool. So he didn't choose to double. What I can do is just go right for Spore. No reason not to. If Lottie comes out, I double right back out into my Weavile. I switch right back out into Weavile pretty freely. He decides to go Lottie one more time. I don't think he'd be Sleep Talk Life Orb. I don't want to risk it, but at the same time, I still win with Quagsire, so I don't think it's okay. I think it's okay if I risk it. Sleep Talk Life Orb would be so weird. No, that doesn't make sense. I double back on a Weavile right here. We're 100%. Definitely the play. I switch on to Weavile, and he hasn't burnt any turns because I just put him to sleep. So, alternatively, I go out into Skarmory and go for a Spike, but I definitely don't think he's Defog. Yeah, we're going Weavile. Best play. As he stays asleep, and how much did Ice Shard do to Lottie? Because I don't want to go for knockoff and have him switch out. Ice Shard does 74 to 88. Oh, you're at 77. Yeah, we're going for knock. Whatever. We're going for knock. He wasn't switching. So we're able to knock out the Latios. Great. That was the last thing that threatened my Quagsire. The only other thing he has, I guess, is Trick. As he goes on to Jirachi. And what I can do is just go right out into my Skarmory. Skarmory also walls the majority of his team left. I phase it out. I don't have phasing move on this Skarmory. I guess if he wants to go for Healing Wish, that's fine. But then he would have to bring back, what, Magnezone. And Jirachi can't come in anymore. So he's going to go for Iron Head at this point. And I'm just going to go for Spikes just to kill everything. That way I can just click Ice Shard. Yeah, once I get up another Spike, I get to click Ice Shard versus his team and win the game. So we're gonna allow him to, well, I'm not allowing him to flinch me, but we're gonna let him knock out my Skarmory because, like I said, I want to click Ice Shard and win the game with Weavile. Weavile putting in the finest of work. So he flinches us. I just need one more layer to kill everything. Just give me one more layer, please, please, come on. Ah, we did it, boys. And now we just go right for, I was about to click Defog as a joke, but we go for another layer of Spike, force him to knock us out, and at this point, yeah, let him knock us out, and Weavile wins the game by clicking Ice Shard because of all those layers up. Let's just make sure Tank Chomp does go down. I saw the calc before, but I want to make sure this is the bulkiest of Chomps. Make it 252, 252. Banded Ice Shard to 65, 78. Yep. Click Ice Shard, and Weavile's going to be able to come through. Ah, nice. He said good game, so he probably acknowledges that Weavile wins the game. Or either that, or he was acknowledging that he would win by sweeping me by clicking Iron Head. Nah, GG, man. I don't wanna press send because not yet, but all those hazards, yummy, delicious. And Garchomp is gonna come out, and it's definitely gonna go down to 60% unless he was like Yachi Tank Chomp, which he isn't. And he said thanks for the battle, no problem, bro. But in any case, guys, I know this was stall. And a lot of you guys are like, man, I hate stall, man. Why are you using stall and road to top 10? I hate stall, Chansey fat. Guys, I played aggressively with my stall, okay? Or at least I didn't play it like I'm just gonna sit here and wall everything. But I don't know. I think stall is a really underappreciated playstyle. It's definitely solid, and I don't think it's necessarily like what it is, like sit there and do nothing. No, I do think versus certain teams, versus certain playstyles, you do have to play pretty smart. But I hope you guys all enjoyed. Feel free to leave a like, subscribe, do your thing, and I'll see you guys in the next episode of Road to Top 10, or ORAS OU. So yeah, later guys. Cue the outro.